Have you ever wondered why sometimes what you strongly imagine ends up happening, or why certain thoughts seem to attract experiences that reflect them? That's not a coincidence. It's quantum physics, and you are part of it. This isn't just another video. What you're about to discover has the power to change the way you see reality, and above all, to transform the way you experience it because you are not a passive victim of what happens around you. You are the observer, and that changes everything. At the heart of quantum physics is a mystery that has baffled scientists for more than a century: the observer principle. A phenomenon as powerful as it is ignored by the everyday world, but one that you have felt even if you couldn't put a name to it. Simply put, the act of observing a subatomic particle changes its behavior. The simple awareness of the observer collapses a cloud of possibilities into a specific outcome. Do you get it? By observing, by becoming aware, you are choosing which of all possible realities manifest. Not because the gurus say so, physics says so. And this doesn't just happen in laboratories, guys. It happens in your life, in every thought, in every emotion, in every belief you silently hold within you. In the quantum world, everything exists as a superposition of states, infinite versions of you, infinite possibilities of what could happen, but not all manifest. Only one collapses, and that's the one you observe with the greatest strength, the greatest emotion, the greatest conviction. Because what you believe creates, what you feel shapes, what you visualize directs energy toward the version of reality. Do you realize now the power you hold in your hands? It's not a metaphor, it's literal. Your mind, your consciousness, your attention are creative forces interacting with the quantum field. And that field isn't a theory, it's an energetic substance that sustains all existence. It's the canvas of which your thoughts paint the world. But here comes the catch. If you don't direct your attention, fear will, your past will, the unconscious programming you inherited without realizing it will, and then you'll continue to collapse the same old realities, the same pain, the same repetitions, the same blocks, like a cycle that repeats itself over and over again. Not because you are doomed, but because no one taught you that you were the collapser, the creator, the conscious core that shapes the universe through what you focus on, what you feel, what you expect. And this isn't just physics that tells you this. Ancient spiritual traditions already knew this. The mystics of the East, the alchemists of the West, the ancient shamans all understood that the external world is a reflection of the internal world, that your reality is a quantum mirror that responds to the vibration of your being. So the question isn't, why is this happening to me? But rather, what version of reality am I observing with my consciousness? What emotional frequency are you turning into? What thoughts are you feeding? What stories are you believing as absolute when in reality they are just possibilities among many others? Because that's the deepest streak of all. If you change your internal observer, you change what you observe. If you raise your vibration, your frequency, your internal narrative, the quantum field notices and responds, not because you deserve it more, not because you are special, which you are, but because you are aligning with a different version of reality that already exists, waiting to be collapsed by you. Now breathe deeply, feel these words beyond your mind, let your soul recognize them, because deep down you already knew this. You had just forgotten it, and now is the time to remember it. You are not here by accident. You didn't come to this video by chance. You are here because a part of you is already awakening. The material world is only the surface, but to achieve this, you first need to fully understand how this quantum principle works. You need to go beyond inspiration and enter into practice, into reprogramming, into the expansion of your consciousness. Because observing isn't just looking, you guys. It's connecting with what you desire from the heart. It's tuning into an energetic frequency and holding it long enough for the field to recognize it as your new reality. In the next vlog, I'll show you how to apply this principle in your daily life, how to reconfigure your mind to consciously observe what you do desire, and how to transform your internal energy to become a quantum magnet for new realities. But first, pause. Close your eyes and ask yourself honestly, what am I observing every day? What kind of reality am I collapsing with my attention? Remember, the universe doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to what you truly observe with faith, emotion, and conviction. If this message resonated with you, please like and subscribe to Rise Above. Because on this channel, we just don't share wisdom. We help you remember who you really are. Now, imagine your mind is like a quantum projector. What's inside, your beliefs, your emotions, your most repeated thoughts, is projected outward like a holographic image that becomes your reality. The screen is the universe, but you write the script. And here comes the first step to becoming a conscious observer. You must start monitoring what you are projecting. The most common mistake we make is believing we are observing reality as it is, but we're not. We observe reality based on what we carry within. Our attention is colored by old fears, unhealed memories, and unconscious expectations. And these distortions act as filters, you guys, selecting which part of the quantum field we collapse. Because, yes, it's all there: abundance and scarcity, love and abandonment, success and failure. Everything coexists in the field of infinite possibilities, but you only see and experience what matches your inner vibration. That's why if you live expecting something bad to happen, guess what? It will eventually happen, not because you've desired it, but because you've emotionally observed it time and time again. Fear also collapses into reality, so does resentment. Like faith, like gratitude, energy follows attention, and the universe responds to the emotional intensity with which you focus your experience. And how do you change that? It's not about repeating empty affirmations or forcing positive thoughts without feeling them. It's about aligning your internal state with what you want to experience, transforming your energy, not just your ideas, guys. Here's a simple but powerful practice. Every morning, before you look at your phone, before you get sucked into the noise of the world, sit in silence, breathe deeply, and ask yourself this question: what version of reality do I want to collapse today? Visualize it, feel it, not as a distant wish, but as something that already exists, and you are choosing to observe clearly. Because that's the secret. Reality isn't created from lack, but from harmony. You don't attract what you crave from a lack. You attract what you experience as an inner certainty. Do you want abundance? Stop observing lack with anger. Observe every small flow with gratitude. Do you want love? Stop focusing on loneliness then. Observe yourself as someone worthy of love, and the quantum field will reflect that frequency. Do you want to heal? Stop looking at the wound with guilt. Observe the light that is already emerging from within you. You are not a simple passive witness. You are an active collapser. What you focus on with emotional intensity becomes form. Reality listens to you. It always has, but now you are beginning to listen to it too. And this brings us to the second step: breaking out of autopilot. Most of your thoughts, up to 90%, are repetitive and unconscious. You don't choose them, they happen to you. They are mental programs that activate on their own, basically, like an echo from the past. And those thoughts also observe, they also collapse. Therefore, if you don't consciously pause, if you don't train your mind to focus on what you do want to experience, you will continue to create from inertia, from old history, from wounds, from survival. But you are not here to survive. You are here to create and to create new realities. You are here to remember that you are not your thoughts. You are the observer. And by observing them, you can transform them. A powerful technique is quantum reprogramming with emotional intention. It's not enough to think differently. You have to feel differently, because emotion is the energetic glue that fixes a reality in the field. Therefore, when you visualize, don't just see pretty images. Experience that is seen with all your senses. Hear the sounds, smell the aromas, feel on your skin what you would feel if that were already happening. And above all, give thanks in advance. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies that exist, and when you are grateful for what has yet to manifest, you are telling the universe, I'm already observing this reality as true. I'm already to collapse it. Do you realize what you are doing? You are getting ahead of the outcome. You are reversing the logic of time. You are thinking, feeling, and vibrating as if you were already there. And that changes your energetic field. It raises your frequency, rearranges the invisible fabric of reality. A racing mind collapses into chaos. A calm mind collapses clarity. Energetic movement. The body needs to move, not for aesthetics, but for flow. Bodily stagnation is energetic stagnation. Dance, stretch, walk in nature. Let your energy circulate because what doesn't move crystallizes, and what crystallizes limits your manifestation. When you incorporate these practices into your daily life, you are creating fertile ground. You are sending a clear signal to the quantum field. I'm ready to observe from coherence. And here something magical happens. Reality begins to transform, not because you are forcing anything, but because you are turning into a new frequency of existence. This is also reflected in your environment, you guys. Your home, your routines, the people you surround yourself with. Everything influences your quantum field. You can expect a luminous reality if you are surrounded by stimuli that reinforces darkness. You can't observe abundance if your environment is filled with clutter, chaos, or stagnant energy. Nor can you manifest peace if you immerse yourself every day in conversations that fuel complaints, judgments, or resignation. So observe what you consume daily, what spaces you inhabit, what type of information you allow into your mind, what vibrations you are constantly exposed to. Remember, everything you observe also observes you. Make your environment a quantum temple. Surround your life with symbols that connect you to the version of yourself you wish to collapse. Listen to music that uplifts. Read words that ignite. Surround yourself with people who remind you of what is possible, not what is limited. And above all, start acting like the person who already lives in this new reality. Don't wait for it to manifest to feel different. Sow the vibration first, and the rest will follow. Act as if you were already there, guys. Speak as if you were already there. Feel as if you were already there. Because in the quantum field, what you hold as real becomes real. And if you're listening to this message today, it's not by chance. It's a call from your higher self. An invitation to stop repeating outdated version of yourself and start observing with mastery. In the next part, we'll close this journey by revealing a practical formula to turn your life into a quantum manifestation ritual. A clear map to stop reacting and start creating from your inner power. But first, answer yourself in silence. I'm willing to observe differently even if the world remains the same for a while, because only those who hold the vision before seeing it are the ones who make it a reality. And if you're feeling that certainty within you, leave us a like and activate the bell. At Rise Above, we don't just share knowledge, we accompany you in remembering your true creative nature. Now that you've understood that you are the observer, that your consciousness is the axis that collapses the infinite possibilities of the quantum field, the time has come to integrate all of this into your real life. Because knowledge without action is sterile, and spirituality without practical application becomes evasion. This is where true magic happens, when you transform your daily life into a quantum laboratory, when you turn your routine into a ritual, when you stop expecting external changes and begin to embody internal change. So, how do you do this? Here's a clear, simple, but profoundly transformative formula. The practice of the 5 rites of the quantum observer are not dogmas, they are not rigid rules, they are 5 living principles that you can apply starting today. 1. Morning rhythm. Begin by observing from intention. When you wake up, your mind is still between C and alpha waves. That is the most powerful moment of the day to reprogram yourself, guys. Don't open your phone. Don't run. Place one hand on your chest and the other one on your abdomen. Breathe. Ask this question: which version of me do I choose to observe today? Visualize that version as if it were already alive. Feel its energy, walk like it, breathe like it, do it even if your current reality doesn't reflect it yet. This way, you are reordering the field from the beginning of the day. 2. Rite of the environment. Order the space to order the frequency. Your home, your room, your desk, they are all extensions of your quantum mind. Clutter blocks clarity. Accumulation blocks flow. Every time you clean, organize, or beautify your space, you are communicating to the universe. I'm ready to sustain a new vibration. Do it with presence. Be grateful for every object and allow your surroundings to become a temple where everything reminds you of who you really are and where you are going, guys. 3. Rite of conscious action. Make the ordinary extraordinary. Wash the dishes, walk to work, prepare a meal. Every act can be a sacred act if you do it with presence, because the conscious observer doesn't seek the special. Turn the ordinary into the extraordinary with your action. Use each task as an anchor. Return to the moment. Feel. Remember, the now is the only real point of power that exists. 4. Rite of quantum silence. Pause to reset your vibration. In the midst of chaos, stop, close your eyes, breathe, return to the center. This rite can last 1 minute or 20. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that it serves as a bridge of reconnection, a way to remind yourself that you are not at the mercy of the world. You are the one who collapses it. You are the one who observes it. You are the one who chooses. 5. Night ride. Reprogram the field before sleeping. Before closing out the day, don't go to sleep feeling stressed or unconscious. Turn off your screens. Stay with yourself. Repeat this little ritual. Make a mental or written list of 3 things you are grateful for. Then visualize what your ideal morning will be like. And finally, affirm internally, I'm the observer. I'm the channel. Everything I desire is already vibrating within me. Do this every night, and you will be sowing seeds of power, coherence, and transformation into the quantum field. And now, take a deep breath, because if you've made it this far, something inside you has already awakened. And the most powerful thing is, you don't need to be an expert in quantum physics to manifest your reality, you guys. You just need to remember who you really are: a vibrant, conscious being, connected to the whole, a collapser of possibilities, an alchemist of frequencies, and an expanding creator. Most people live asleep, believing that reality is something that happens outside, but you already know the truth. Reality is born where you place your attention, and your attention is the magic wand that shapes the world. So no matter what your past has been, no matter what your environment says, no matter what seems to be happening, you can choose to observe differently. And when you do, everything changes. Because quantum physics is not just a theory, it's an invitation, a living proof that your consciousness not only observes, it creates, it manifests, it transforms, and it gives life. And if this message has resonated with you, share it with someone who is ready to be awakened. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell, because here on Rise Above channel, we don't just talk about spirituality, we embody it. Thank you for observing with us. Thank you for remembering your power. And thank you for being part of this quantum movement of conscious souls who are manifesting a new world from within.